I'm dangerously incompetent and this is World of Tanks. In this episode, sidescraping. When you should do it and how you can do it. I'm in my Ram 2, which is a premium American tier 5 medium. We're in Live Oaks and I'm top tier. The Ram 2 is quite heavily armoured. We've only got 3 heavies, so I decide to go to town and help them there. Now, towns are a great place for side scraping because there's lots of buildings, cover from artillery, and there's narrow fields of fire. They're the ideal place to side scrape. When should you side scrape? Or when you want to conserve your hit points? You should do it when there's little chance of you being flanked and there's no chance of you being shot by artillery, because you don't tend to move a lot when you're side scraping, which makes you a very interesting target for artillery, and then you frequently get your tracks shot out, which makes you stationary, the ideal target for artillery. Now here is a very good place for side scraping. Notice the buildings giving me cover from artillery. Notice that the enemy have got a very narrow field of fire. They're shooting through between those buildings to get me. So that means the shots are coming from one direction and I only have to angle my tank correctly from that direction. I don't have to worry about being flanked. Now here you can see it in all its glory. If you look at the angle of my tank, it's very shallow and they can't see much of my front, and the bit they can see is the tracks. So when these 3, soon to be 4 tanks are shooting at me, a large number of the shots are just soaked up by the tracks. They suffer damage, they'll get knocked out, which means you're stationary. And that means you get pretty much one chance to get your side scraping right. If you get it wrong, they'll knock your tracks out and then you've presented them with your side armour. But here I've got the angle pretty right. So after the tracks have taken a few shots, then the shots are hitting the side of your armour, and if they're at a shallow enough angle and your armour's thick enough, they'll ricochet. And that's what the T-34 and the Valentine do shortly. The B1 gives up on shooting at my side and he just concentrates on shooting out my tracks, which means I'm stationary. He's hoping one of the bigger guys, because I'm stationary, they'll be able to hit one of my weak points. Now the BDR is the tank that actually does the damage to me. Everyone else is just bouncing off or shooting my tracks. And the BDR has got a big gun with decent penetration, and he gets in 2 shots onto me. But I'm dealing out so much damage, and it's possible the artillery hit him as well, that he gets very reluctant to expose himself. So here you go, I put damage into him. There's his first big hit. That T-34 is just bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing off. There you go, my tracks again. I think that was a BDR shot my tracks down. The B1 is now just shooting my tracks. The Valentine, he just poked himself out, got himself blown up. Now they are making a big mistake here, because there's 4 of them there, and there's just 1 of me here. All they had to do was rush forward, take 1 or 2 hits from me, and then finish me off. And here I am sitting on 16 hits after the second shot from that BDR got through, and these guys can't do anything. And that is the glorious wonder of side scraping. You can sit there taking shot after shot after shot and suffering no damage for it. The danger is that you get flanked, but They didn't push forward to flank me because they were scared of getting shot. No one else has flanked me on my right hand side because I've got allies there keeping them off. So I can sit here, sidescrape and shoot them with impunity. So much so that Valentine is accusing me of cheating. So let's wind him up a bit more, shall we? For being such a whiner. And that's really helped my team win this battle, because for 4 minutes I've been tying up 4 enemy tanks and destroyed 3 of them, which gives, for those 3 minutes, a 3 tank advantage to the rest of my team somewhere else in the field. So let's wind that Valentine up a little bit more. Now, it is technically possible to cheat, as he's describing, but all the shot hits, penetrations, ricochets and damage rolls, they're all done not on your computer, on the client side, they're all done server side at Wargaming servers. And it is possible to hack those servers and then fix your penetrations and damage rolls, but if I could do that, I wouldn't be using them in a game. I'd either be using those skills for some security for MI5 or someone, or holding Wargaming to ransom. Now we're up 13-7, only this Stug and an artillery left. I'm so pleased with what I managed on the side scraping. When I finish this Stug off, I think, yay, that's it, game's done, I've won, hooray, hooray, hooray. And I'm extremely lucky that there are remaining artillery that I've forgotten all about doesn't shoot me, because I'm pretty sure I got spotted there. And I'm in an open position for him to shoot me, but he doesn't manage it. His attention's elsewhere. So now all there is left to do is to hunt the artillery down. One more thing about side scraping. It's a good thing to do with tanks that have heavy armour, flat armour on the sides and weak lower glacis, because you've got your nose tucked into the building, they can't see your lower glacis. All they can see is track and sides. And the sides are at such a shallow angle, bouncy bouncy. Bye for now.